Thank you, Chairman Ruda, for holding this hearing. Thank you also to our panel of witnesses for taking time out of your busy lives to join us for this important discussion about public health. I know that we all agree about the importance of promoting sound health policies for the benefit of our constituents. I look forward to hearing from all of you all. The fifth assessment report from the UN's International Panel on Climate Change projects with varying degrees of confidence several climate-related health impacts over the course of the 21st century. The extent of these impacts will depend on how much warming eventually occurs, which remains uncertain. But it seems clear that any health impacts will affect poorer populations in developing countries with low income the most. At the same time, the UN's IPCC states that, quote, the most effective vulnerability reduction measures for health in the near term are programs that implement and improve basic public health measures such as provision of clean water and sanitation, secure essential health care including vaccination and child health services, increase capacity for disaster preparedness and response, and alleviate poverty, unquote. The conversation we're having today is an important one, Mr. Chairman, because it appears that many of the solutions proposed to address climate change, like the Green New Deal, would have a detrimental impact on the ability of poorer nations to develop the types of programs that the UN says are most effective to address public health. I fear that a premature move away from fossil fuels, particularly for poorer areas and nations, means that they will continue to have little access to the type of cheap, reliable energy that enables economic growth and allows for the provision of clean water and sanitation, widespread vaccination, and preventative child health services. As I've said before, coal mining is a way of life in many parts of America, including my district. Kentucky coal remains an important component of the Commonwealth's economy and America's energy portfolio. Kentucky was the fourth highest coal producer in the U.S. in 2016, mining 43 million tons of coal. In that same year, coal mines directly employed more than 6,600 Kentuckians, most of whom reside in my district, and mining directly contributed billions of dollars to Kentucky's economy. Both the first and second largest coal counties in Kentucky, Union and Ohio counties, are in my congressional district. Economic well-being is a leading indicator of health, the likelihood of disease and premature death. And so I'm incredibly concerned about any proposal that would impact or eliminate this economic engine for my district and the Commonwealth of Kentucky. My concerns are not limited to my constituents or the United States, however. Inexpensive, accessible energy has led to technological, medical, and other advances that have driven the American economy and increased U.S. life expectancy. Of course, we still have work to do to make sure that those public health advancements are shared by all of society, including our most vulnerable citizens such as the elderly and the poor. But I'm also concerned for populations in developing nations, those where the majority of people still do not have electricity in their homes. I am eager to hear from our witnesses how we determine the right balance. On the one hand, there is a push to promote policies to address climate change that put obstacles in the way of access to cheap, reliable energy. On the other hand, we want to promote policies that expand basic life-saving health services like clean water and sanitation to the poorest populations in the world. Those policies are most easily and quickly achieved with access to inexpensive fossil fuel energy that, by all accounts, will remain significant sources of worldwide energy for many years to come. As I said, Mr. Chairman, these are important questions, and I thank you again for holding this hearing and for our witnesses being here today. Thank you, and I yield back.